Hey, what's up everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here, and if you're a Nikon photographer, if you are a full-time photographer, if you really just like top-of-the-line gear, Nikon basically announced, and they're going to release very, very shortly, the new Nikon 24-70 2.8 VR. So it's been a long time coming, and Nikon really hasn't pushed their VR technology a ton, mainly just in their longer lenses. Now there's debate whether if you need VR in wider lenses or anything like that, but Canon has made strides, especially with their medium range to zoom line of with their image stabilization, and Nikon finally, this is August 4th, Nikon finally announces and they're releasing the update to basically one of their oldest and most popular selling lenses, their current 24-70 2.8 to the now 24-70 2.8 and VR, ED, all that kind of stuff, vibration reduction lens. This is a lens a lot of people requested. People in event photography, wedding photography. I do a lot of weddings. So is this useful to me? Is it useful to a lot of people? Is this something that people really need? So let's just really kind of go over something real quick. It's going to run about $2,400. So that is a pretty hefty price, but my current 24-70 has lasted me. I have had it for about 3 years already, and it is probably one of the best purchases I ever bought. I didn't buy it brand new, but it is quite an investment because you will make your money back. This is a little pricey, obviously, of being over $2,000, but it is a good investment. I don't know if I'll be running to pick it up because I might not need the VR, but essentially this vibration reduction will give you up to 4 stops of being able to use slower shutter speeds handheld without any use of a tripod or anything like that. So it's going to utilize their Nikon's electromagnetic aperture control, which basically gives you more of a consistent light and aperture over high-speed bursts of shooting, which has been, I guess, in some of their current lenses and releases. Maybe it's been kind of inaccurate at times. I don't know. I haven't heard many complaints. It's also going to have a new spherical extra low dispersion, free of glare, ghosting, CA, chromatic aberration, 20 elements, 16 groups, 9-blade diaphragm. It is going to have a different mount, though. It's going to be an 82mm filter mount. So if you want to put something on the front, it's going to be 82 millimeters. I don't like that they did that, and it looks that, since they released like the new 300 f4, all that kind of stuff, it's got that different look. It looks like it's going to be a little bit skinnier, maybe weigh a little bit less. And just if you're curious, it will have a built-in motor if you're newer to this. But I don't like that it has an 82mm. The reason a lot of people like getting the 24-70 and the 70-200 because they have 77mm mounts. So no matter what, you can interchange your filters and you're not going crazy and using some cheapy step-down rings. But this will have that. So now if you own a 70-200, even one of the current new ones, 70-200, then you are not able to use the same filter system. So it's very interesting that they did that, but it is exciting that Nikon is trying to do something. The vibration reduction, I think it's a great option to have if you really need it. My thing was always for wide angles. You can really get away with a lot without having VR and without having to pay for that feature. But when you're over, I'd say maybe the 60 towards the 70mm, so when you're really kind of at the telephoto range of this lens, it is something good to have. And definitely 70-200, totally need VR, something, image stabilization, optical stabilization, no matter what you call it, you're going to need it there. So 24-70, it's give or take. Do you really want it? Do you really not? The perk is you're going to be able to save over $500 to get the older version of this, while this one is going to cost $2,400. And used, you're even going to get a 24-70 at a more of an amazing price towards the first version, especially if you never owned one, which is great because it's a full frame lens. So that's all. This is my reaction. I like that there's an option now, especially for wedding photography. But the thing is, you're using flash photography anyway for the most part, so I don't know if it's hitting the right market and kind of what people are talking about. So, but it is great for low light because you're able to not have to totally ride your ISO really high if you're worried about getting a lot of noise or grain or something like that, and this is a great option. So it's just interesting, is this something that you're interested in? Does this lens need VR in your opinion? Please let me know down below. $2,400, newest technology, different glass, different filter mount. What do you think? Let me know down below. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Nikon 24-70 2.8 VR. Nikon, let's do something with your camera bodies now.